Hey everybody, Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today we're talking about transitions and the transitions you need to help your child be ready for as we get ready for the next school year, as well as the transitions your child needs to be prepared for. So I'm talking about going from elementary to middle school to high school, and so forth. So those are all transitions that can be difficult and that you might need help preparing for as a parent, and your student might need help preparing for as well. So we talked about transitions in one of my interviews at the How to Graduate with Honors interview series. So Jenny Torres of Waterford and I talked about transitions and how you can be prepared. So if you want to hear that interview, make sure you sign up for the How to Graduate with Honors Masterclass. All you have to do is click the link you see in the description and then provide your name and email, and you'll be in. It's a free 14-day event, and it all started on the 5th, goes to the 18th, so you have plenty of time to catch some interviews, including Jenny's and 33 other amazing speakers. So if you have a child getting ready to transition, like we just talked about, middle school, high school, college, to being done with college, let me know. Give me a yes down below. Feel free to let me know how your child is transitioning from what grade to what grade or building to building. Because when I talk about transitions, I also am thinking about changing schools, because that can be a huge transition. And I'm also thinking about COVID, because I gotta tell you that as a substitute teacher, as a tutor, I know that students were mostly remote this past year. In the district I was in, they had the option to be fully remote, and I know a lot of students chose that. And that particular school district is not offering remote lessons next year. So that's going to be a huge transition for students, especially those who were also remote at the end of the previous school year, which was pretty much a requirement when all of this started. So that is what Jenny and I talked about. We also talked about parent engagement. So during this particular live video, guys, I don't want to give away all the goods about Jenny's interview. Just wanted to give you some highlights, as well as help you be prepared for those transitions in case you miss out on Jenny's interview or for some reason you don't sign up for the masterclass. Because I've got to encourage you, if you have a student in middle school or older, or you watching, you're a mom or dad or an adult student, maybe you're going back for your GED or working on another standardized test, highly encourage you to join us for the masterclass, because it is free and it's going to help you out, because it is so full of value. Every single speaker has taught me something, and I know you're going to learn something too from every single speaker. So let's talk about transition. So if we're talking about remote to in-person learning, well, that's full of a whole bunch of transitions that are going to take, several minutes, possibly even hours to talk about. But just know that your routine, your schedule might have been one way before the pandemic, and then you guys developed new routines during the pandemic. If everyone is at home, mom and dad were working at home, students were learning at home, just now know you might want to spend some time before school actually starts to prepare some new routines, some new schedules to get ready for actually going back to the school building, actually going back into the office building. Now, if your child is moving school buildings, like you guys moved from state to state, town to town, do know basically you're starting over from scratch. Because unfortunately, your child probably doesn't have friends already at this building, already at this new school district. So just be ready to help your child with those moments. Because if you have a younger kid, usually seems like it goes better. Older kids, we kind of have a set group of friends. We're used to having certain people to go to with certain problems, to ask for certain things. So do know, hopefully you guys are moving in a time that allows your child to maybe meet some new people before the school year actually starts. And again, depending on where you live, depending on the situation, that might be easier said than done. So last transition I want to talk about, guys, has to do with changing from middle school to high school or something like that, when your child's still in the same district, same friends, but we're just getting older, we're growing up, and things are changing. So before we talk about that though, if your child is just joining us, make sure to let me know if your child is going through a transition this year, school to school building, or maybe in person to remote or something like that. Give me a yes down below. Let me know also by hitting that like or thumbs up button for me. And also know you can still join the masterclass. Just click the link in the description. So Last thing here, last little tidbit that I want to give you about Jenny's interview, as well as to kind of expand on her interview, is to let you know that from middle school to high school, your child needs to become more independent. Okay, so Jenny gave some ideas on how to make that happen, as did my other speakers, past and upcoming. But do know the older your child gets, the more responsibility he or she needs to take. And mom or dad, I know it might be hard, but just know you take more of a role, consultant, coach, like my speakers have talked about, instead of micromanager, okay? Because your child eventually, hopefully, will be an independent adult, able to make his or her own choices, as well as be accountable. So these are super important things that your child needs to learn how to do. And I gotta tell you, if you get your child into middle school this year, which could be 5th grade, 8th grade, whatever, depending on your district, just know trying to let him or her take more of a leadership role in these scheduling and decisions when it comes to homework, that your child's going to be more and more prepared the older he gets and the older she gets for more difficult classes, and it will make that transition from high school to college that much easier. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Do remember this How to Graduate with Honors Masterclass. I would love to have you attend. All you have to do to sign up is click the link, and remember, if you have a student trying to figure out how to pay for college, trying to get those straight A's, because I was valedictorian, that's what I assume everyone wants when I tutor. And if that's your child, you're trying to get those straight A's or even just better grades, check out the masterclass. So have a great night. Make sure you click the link so you can hear Jenny's interview and learn from 30 other amazing speakers. Bye.